William Michael Cosgrave was born on 13 April 1920 and died on 4 October 2017. He was an Irish Fine Gael politician who served as Taoiseach from 1973 to 1977, leader of Fine Gael from 1965 to 1977, leader of the opposition from 1965 to 1973, Minister for External Affairs from 1954 to 1957, Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister for Industry and Commerce and Government Chief Whip from 1948 to 1951. He served as a Teachted Allah, T.D., from 1943 to 1981. Born in Castle Enoch, Dublin, Cosgrave was the son of W. T. Cosgrave, the first President of the Executive Council in the newly formed Irish Free State. After qualifying as a barrister, he decided to embark on a political career. He was elected to Dáil Éireann at the 1943 general election and sat in opposition alongside his father. The formation of the first inter-party government in 1948 saw Cosgrave become a parliamentary secretary to Taoiseach John A. Costello. He formally became a cabinet member in 1954 when he was appointed Minister for External Affairs. The highlight of his three-year tenure was Ireland's successful entry into the United Nations. In 1965, Cosgrave was the unanimous choice of his colleagues to succeed James Dillon as leader of Fine Gael. He lost the 1969 general election to the incumbent Jack Lynch, but won the 1973 general election and became Taoiseach in a Fine Gael Labour Party government. When he died on 4 October 2017, he was both the oldest living former Taoiseach and the oldest former Prime Minister in Europe. The first coalition government collapsed in 1951. However, in 1954 a second inter-party government was formed. On this occasion Liam Cosgrave, at the age of 34, was given a cabinet position. As Minister for External Affairs, Cosgrave took part in trade discussions and chaired the Committee of Ministers of the Council of Europe in 1955. He also presided over Ireland's admission to the United Nations in 1955. Cosgrave outlined the three principles of his foreign policy to the Dáil in June 1956. The first was adherence to the principles of the UN Charter. The second was independence and non-alignment, but the third made clear where Ireland's sympathies lay, to do whatever we can as a member of the UN to preserve the Christian civilization of which we are a part, and with that end in view to support whenever possible those powers principally responsible for the defense of the free world in their resistance to the spread of communist power and influence. Ireland was non-aligned in favor of the United States. The second inter-party government collapsed amid severely deflationary policies set by the patrician Minister for Finance, Gerard Sweetman, and Cosgrave held Sweetman personally responsible for Fine Gael's defeat in 1957, and told him so, reportedly stating that Fine Gael was no longer led by people living in big houses at the end of long avenues. He did not speak to Sweetman for some years. He died at 97 years old.